recording. So, welcome to the Holy Rollers, the last session of 2022.
Oh my gosh, when you put it
Oh.
that way, it sounds so final.
It does.
Hey.
Yeah.
That
Sounds a little
so
depressing,
foreboding.
actually.
Yeah.
Sounds foreboding.
Whatever happens after this, we have the. Do we want to tell them about the?
Not yet.
Campaign?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
get
maybe
there.
towards the end.
So, kind of stay tuned. Special announcement at the end of the stream. Sorry for the late start. It has been a very entertaining day on the interstates of America.
For many
So-
parties involved.
Yeah, exactly. So, Snowmageddon is coming,
Gosh.
and they can have it. I got home and took my jacket off, and I was like, "Oh, thank goodness!"
Mm-hmm.
So,
Snowmageddon. He said Snowmageddon.
I did.
That's funny.
Yeah. So we'll just start like we do every week. We'll roll for prayer. I got a 19 tonight.
Wow, I got a 17. I thought I had it.
Well, I guess Brandon's
Which I
leading us
think
then.
that's me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Hey.
Oh boy. No pressure at all. Alright, let's do this. Let's pray. Lord, we thank you just for giving us another opportunity on planet Earth today, and Lord, we marvel at all of your creation. We marvel at your building of us, just with everything that we're able to do, our imagination, our families. Lord, we can't express how in awe we are of all that you do. Lord, just bless us this evening, and bless our families, bless our friends as we finish out this year. Lord, give everyone just the softening of their hearts as we come into the birth of your Son, our Savior. And we love you, and we'll pray all this in your name.
Amen.
So, we'll kick it off, and we'll just say Merry Christmas. We'll get the let's get
Merry
some
Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
and
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah.
And
Yeah,
happy
absolutely.
Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate the Jewish tradition.
Yes, yeah. So if you're just catching us and you haven't been following along, so the group has made their way into a temple on a charted island, but an unnamed island. They've met with some of the locals who've agreed to allow them into a temple, and some fights ensued with some kobolds as we've made our way through the temple, and as we ended last week, I believe we ended with only Muriel just being
Yes.
just completely kind of overtaken by this sense of fear.
Being afeared.
Yes, definitely being afeared. That's exactly where we're going to pick up tonight. Again, sorry about the late start. Hope you're able to join us, and yeah, we'll kick it off there.
So the thuds that, so we heard a thud, was it one thud or multiple thuds, and the light went out at the entrance?
So it was one very loud thud, in any of the daylight that you were able to see coming from the entrance of the table, entrance of the temple, you can no longer see.
Can I listen to see if I hear anything?
Yeah.
Okay, footsteps or anything?
Yeah, make a perception check, and anyone that wants to make a perception check can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Not even gonna worry.
Never
about
mind. I don't know that anyone else needs to at this
I
point.
got an 8,
Nope.
so I don't even know anything's going on.
Right? Yeah.
Devlin is the only one who never had to roll last time, so he's still searching the bones of Swobold the former. So he's completely just not aware that the party's kind of spookified.
Got it. All right. So yeah, as you listen, just kind of clearing your mind and your everything that's been going on, taking a deep breath. You kind of hear what seems to be like some type of stream. A little thicker than a stream, so not necessarily what you would expect to be like water, but definitely something flowing. You're also able to hear
Direction.
just very with a nat 20 from the north end of the temple. So
Okay.
just cardinal direction from where you're at right now. If you're looking this way as I'm pinging on the map, so there's your cardinal directions, that being north. You came in from the south of the temple, straight forward is north. So
Before we continue, Raja is going to whisper to the rest of the group. It's like, okay.
Hold on, I don't think Brandon was done.
yeah, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. As you listen a little more intently, there does seem to be, just faintly, given the total distance kind of left within, you're able to hear what you think is, it sounds like wind, possibly breathing, but the inhale and exhale is a very long period of time.
Oh, so whatever it is, it's sleep.
I am going to whisper and go, all right, so 2 things. One, there's something flowing to the north. It sounds thicker than water, so I'm not sure what that is. Second, I'm pretty sure I hear there's something of breathing, but it's huge.
Okay.
I
Just-
know
I'm
go ahead.
I was just going to whisper, who's got dark vision again?
I do 60 feet.
How good's
you
your
guys-
stealth?
Mm,
And
I have a plus 0.
So
And I have
Terrence
best-
is around. Go ahead.
We need someone to scout out so we don't stumble into another horde like we just did.
Devlin, you're up.
Normally that would be the case because I have the best stealth by a long country mile. The problem is I don't have dark vision.
Hmm.
Goggles.
Mara, or no, Mara's not here.
Mara's not here.
Dang it. Sorry.
And
Got a
neither are
plus-
her gargles.
I got a +2. I have dark vision, so
Okay.
but
Unfortunately, as much as yes, I would probably be the best choice for a scout. I was completely blind at last fight, so won't recommend it.
Mm.
Also, why are we whispering?
I don't
Because
know.
we don't know what's out there listening to us.
Exactly.
And yeah,
And because we've learned that whispering seems to feel right. There's no other reason.
My gosh, you're all slow learners, aren't you?
Well, it's taken us this long to.
All of us.
Yeah. What do you
Point
mean?
taken.
wait. Hey, I have this spell. Actually, never mind. That won't last because it only lasts for a minute, so that won't help us. Damn.
But how fast he can scout. Or she, yeah, he can scout.
So I guess we're going to rely on the
It's
biggest guy here to scout ahead for us.
Uh-huh.
We're going to
Okay.
rely on the Dragonborn because do you have dark vision?
I do not.
So how are you going to scout for us?
Erlin's the
I was
one I'm
gonna say.
referring to. He's bigger than me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm sorry.
So
Out of character.
so-
Sorry about that. I forgot about Erlin.
So as you guys are like talking amongst yourselves, Let me read it to make sure this works.
Here we go.
Mm.
No.
Roll initiative.
We just got out of initiative.
um, this will though. So, Amaris goes. If I might have a moment. This talks of looking for dangers. I think I have an idea. And as you as you watch him, you see this just mist kind of form and kind of flow around him, and then suddenly he's gone. Leaving. What you hear next is just this small skittering. Just he has turned himself into a mouse.
Okay.
Oh, that'll do.
Can work.
So while he's doing that, Terrence
Do I
calls
have
everybody.
a
Can
mouse
we all-
token? I don't think I do.
Terrence calls to everybody. Can everybody gather around me real quick? I want to talk to everybody.
I mean, I approach.
Yeah.
Fine.
In other words, I want everybody close enough that I don't have to yell.
Yes.
Probably a good idea.
So,
Just
We're all
saying.
Yeah.
close already.
Pigeons and all, probably a good idea.
yeah. So quietly, I turned to everybody and I said, "Look, we're really set upon this one. This is starting to hurt. We're not doing as well as we have in the past. We're winning, but we're winning with heavy
Losses.
losses. I think we need to start working close together. If we start staying together, a lot of things will be helpful. A lot of things we can work with each other. So anyone who has a spell for Raja and I that would help us when we go to be the front would be helpful. Let us know you're going to do it. If you are able to just give us aid when we're almost down, stay back and do that unless you're absolutely needed up front. But let's try to work together. We seem to be walking into all kinds of stuff and doing our own thing. If we work together, we might get through this.
So here's my thought. So a lot of my, first of all, remember, I am super squishy. I mean, I nearly got fried to death with that last mage.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that, in order for me to get close enough to do some of my better spells like counterspell or hold person or suggestion, I have to get really close. But if I get really close, I can get hurt. And so, I mean, I'm okay getting closer if I have some buffers like you guys in between it. Otherwise, most of my stuff is much, much further away. So
Albus,
a lot
if
of
you
my,
stay
Albus-
with me, then I can protect you the best. I have the ability to add to your AC. I have the ability to shield.
I also have bark skin, so your AC wouldn't be any less than the 16 at that point.
So does Amaris.
which
Mhm.
so that might help. So
So
if
these
I
are
can get
things that-
closer, I can do some more effective magic. But I need to be protected because, I mean, that last source, that last arcane user, I felt like a tomato in a saucepan.
That opening salvo was not kind.
And I think that Muriel, if you stay near Raja, you might be protected more as well. You have the ability to do a lot of things, but again, I think between us, I think that if we start working together, the two of us can do more than just be the front. We can protect those of you who may need more protection.
Tell you what, I'll partner with Raja for the coming battles. See how it works.
Yeah.
You want to
And
Can I
take Albus
suggest
under your wing?
Yep.
I like that idea. Can I suggest that you two guys that like to fight and that protect us, that we try and go different ways so that the four of us aren't always clumped together. So maybe like you, Raja and Muriel, take right sides, and we take left sides.
I'm good with
Absolutely.
that. Just clarifying here, but my weak point is healing. I cannot heal. I do have a high defense, but I have no way of healing.
DM, is that
Just
ambience, or are we starting to hear that? Serious
That's
question.
me. No, that's my ring alarm coming on for my husband entering the house. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
I hear
No, it's not.
Twinklings.
No,
Aaron.
it's not that.
Aaron just posted something that he was trying to watch in his car and he couldn't.
Oh,
It just popped up on a notification on Discord.
sorry.
Anyway, back in
I have a
character.
couple. Sorry, I have a
Yeah.
couple healing potions and the med kit. Maybe I go with Raja and Muriel
I'm
goes
going
with
perception.
I was going to suggest. Yes, same.
I'm telling you,
So
Who
I'll-
else has
something's
other
going
than
on.
myself? Who has healing? Anything healing?
Only
I
only our boy.
25.
I think I
I
already
was gonna
used.
say I am the town healer for my village.
Then you stay with Raja and Muriel.
Yeah.
Because I have more healing, so
Oh,
I can help
and
out with that.
All right, so
Terrence, we just talked about switching.
Oh,
Since I have a couple potions and whatnot, I'll go with Raja. You go with Muriel because Muriel doesn't have healing. I have potions and stuff in my med kit.
25 perception, because
So-
I'm definitely hearing something.
mid
Yeah.
you guys talking, Amaris comes just like hauling butt back. Immediately
no.
flips out of his wild shape, and you hear from the back of the temple.
What do we hear?
You think that you can come into my lair?
Oh God.
oh, geez.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh,
Quick, take cover.
I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
Okay. Muriel.
Taking
let's-
cover behind here.
Yep.
And stealthing.
And
I'll stick with.
Wait, where do we hear
Roger.
this from?
Muriel,
I'm with-
come up with
I'm with-
me.
Where's Dennis?
From the loud
Got it.
booming, only because
Gotcha.
Devlin rolled a 25 of perception. He knows that it's coming from the north end of the temple, but it is so loud and booming. This voice just echoes and rings throughout the entirety of this temple.
I'm gonna do something really quick because I'm not sure how far we are, and I don't know if this is gonna work or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and cast Divine Sense, just to see if that helps understand. Because Divine Sense is, until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet.
I can tell you that from where you're at, you're not close enough to know anything.
Okay. Well, then I just did it to make sure.
Kicks and giggles.
I hope this isn't what I think it is.
You and me both.
I imagine it is, given that we're in a temple of dragons.
It's too
I'm
early.
gonna untie
Yeah.
my. I'm gonna untie my helm, the Doom helm, from the back of my backpack. I'm gonna look at it and go, might as well. I'm gonna sigh, and put it on my head.
Oh, that is so
And
great.
before we get going, I want to see what I want to do. So I turn to Muriel, and Muriel, I don't know what kind of armor you have, or if you have anything to enhance your armor. But if you don't,
20
let me know.
AC. I have a 20 AC and the shield spell, which brings me to 25. I'm fine.
Oh, okay, you're good then. I just wanted to make sure that you were good. Are you now out of character? DM, is she still under the fear?
Oh yeah.
Okay, even though she's close to me now?
Oh, that's right, because you've got the whatever presence.
Yeah, it does.
Wouldn't have been able to approach closer without Terrence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the better reason why you work with them.
All the better for now.
True. Yeah. All right.
So as the group stands,
Yeah.
you start hearing the crunching sound of large feet, tentacles smashing their way.
I'm sorry. What?
Not tentacles,
Devlin,
I'm sorry.
shift.
Footprints or feet
I was about to
stomping
get very
on the ground.
excited. I was like,
Tentacles?
Italians,
What?
come! My kin!
Yeah, sorry, it's been a long day.
It's okay.
Terrence says to Raja, do you think that maybe we need to like get on out of here?
Well, we can't. The dang door just closed.
Oh, that's right, and we don't have the barbarian to break it open for us. Darn it.
Unless one of the druids has stone shape.
27 stealth. Devlin shifts up to the top of that dais and is just peering out to the side, just kind of being lookout, even though it doesn't have dark vision, just trying to. Since they're just still talking over in the corner, comforting Muriel, Devlin is in alert mode, just something's coming. Where's it coming from? In his head, all right, Ganda, got any tricks for you? I don't like what I'm up against, potentially, but anything you can do to help, would appreciate it.
So you
Since you got me into this.
So just kind of in your mind, you just hear fight.
Dang.
Goody.
So as
love our partnership.
as Devlin is hearing this in his head, the rest of you can now hear what seems to be, and feel even, not even with any type of perception check needed, like wind has picked up. You start feeling this rush of air coming from the north end of the temple to the south. A very strange, almost sulfuric smell kind of fills the air, and you can hear just kind of, I would consider it like buffeted of wings, just
Wings.
Spread out.
So tentacles and wings, huh?
just
No
yeah,
tentacles.
just wings.
Just
No,
wings.
there's no tentacles.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
We're not dealing with
Or
that.
are there?
Yeah,
Albus,
we're dealing with
Erlin, I'm gonna try to make my way up forward. Suggest you guys hang back for the moment.
I'm going to do some meta magic redistribution of slots, DM, because we are not in combat yet.
Okay.
So, are we allowed to cast spells before combat?
I mean, technically, yes. Like right now, if you were like healing, you could heal. Just know that time runs slightly different. So if you're like, oh, I'm gonna buff this person's AC, and it's a 10-minute spell, you might waste 9 minutes
All right.
getting up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got that then. That's what I was trying to find out. Okay.
At
All
50 feet,
Okay,
Devlin's going to.
I'm not. Sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead.
50 feet, Devlin's going to just create bonfire cantrip just to get a light source on one of these approaches because he's blind. He doesn't know where this thing's coming from. So at 50 feet, he's going to do just to give a little bit of light.
Well,
Do you want me to
that's
cast?
good.
Raja, do you want light as well? I could put light on your shield, but it'll make you a
I
target.
have-
So
I have light from generating from my sword still. So
Can I hear Albus tell him that?
No, not from where you're at.
Darn.
Liz, do you want bark skin now? It lasts an hour, so we might have time to.
let's do that that would be
so
great.
Okay.
so before even though I'm emitting light, I want to try to like stealthily ish come over here just to see if I can hear.
Stealthily-ish. What could
Yeah.
possibly go wrong with that statement?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I figure it's not technically stealth since I'm emitting light in this pitch black room. I'm literally a walking beacon.
That's actually pretty fair.
And
So-
I'm trying to figure out. While he's doing that, I'm like, is anybody able to give me light? Because I can barely see.
I'm not exactly what you'd call a light bringer, Dennis.
I am, and I still don't have light.
Just
They,
looking
you would have to pay.
through-
You would have to pair the goth girl with the cheerful,
Yeah.
tiny pally.
I know, isn't that funny?
I find it great, by the way.
I was. Here's the thing. Although I'm happy to be with Terrence, I was so stoked to be with Raja because I was like, heck yeah, moral ambiguity. We can do what we want. No, yeah,
No, not
stick
now.
me with the goody two shoes, and now I have to think about what I do.
What does a 17 get me on perception from this angle? Like, can I see up further north, or is it kind of like a wall, or?
From where you're at, perception's really not going to do anything as far as your sight goes.
Of course. Can I see a wall?
Yeah, I mean, you're at the bottom of a staircase looking up at a gigantic statue.
Well, I'm referring to like around here somewhere.
I mean, if you can see that on your map, I mean, from there you're probably seeing just some stones and rubble on the ground, but that's about it.
I'm going to try and stealthily scurry up to this statue right here.
All right, make
gosh,
a.
Did
make
we
a
really
stealth
pair the
check.
two light sources together?
Okay, so
Yeah.
before
So, go ahead.
okay, before Albus ran over there, I'm gonna take like a stick of oak and I'm gonna like bop him on the head, Rafiki style, and give him bark skin. Just okay.
It's fantastic.
Just so we
It
know that's a
is.
thing.
Yeah.
You now have an AC of at least 16, Albus.
Thank you.
Yep.
So
Hey,
I am able
16
to.
for stealth.
16 for stealth. Yeah.
And I
so
am able to channel divinity, which adds my
So
create
Albus
my
is
sword.
as Albus runs up, everyone hears in this loud rumbling boom yet again.
Come get me.
Did you say come get me?
Yeah.
Oh.
At that point, the bonfire wills up because it's only a minute in its concentration, so the light source Devlin created just.
You dare think
I'm
that you can snoop around my lair?
Well, regardless of him
I
saying
want-
that, I'm gonna try and sneak over to my group and like try and stick with the plan.
Is there a rock like at my feet, like a piece of rubble or anything?
From where you're at, yeah, I mean, there would probably be at least something that might have come off of the statue. It might not necessarily be like a rock, but
Okay,
a small
just
enough
like a
something to
fist-sized
pick up.
piece.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to cast light on it and try and throw it as far to the north as I possibly can.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. Make a just a straight strength check.
Oof. 8.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, roughly about. So you got about here.
Albus just
Yeah.
Albus just made it so that I can see.
good job. I'm only teasing you, but
Still can't see anything?
No, not from there.
Okay, Muriel, are you ready?
I'm as ready. I was born ready, Dennis. Or
so-
Terrence. Other. Who's
The
Dennis?
other person.
I take psychic damage.
So, we're gonna go to the side of that. We're gonna go to the side of that. That statue down those stairs.
I'm right
Be
behind.
ready?
Yep. I'm here.
All right, and go.
Okay, down the south.
Come back up.
Right there.
Oh, that way.
Yep.
I run the opposite direction until you're like, come on. I'm like,
Hey.
I'm coming. I'm sorry, baby girl. I'm sorry,
So-
Kepler. I didn't mean to be loud. Go
So
back to sleep.
at this point,
Oh,
I'm there because, well, dragon. That's all I can think of. Temple.
It's the only
you
thing
know.
coming to my head.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to cast message and whisper. I'm gonna pull out a piece of wire and I'm gonna kind of point towards Terrence, but I'm gonna whisper into it and he'll hear it in his head. And I'll be like, I really don't like the idea of actually going towards the big ominous voice like it wants us to. Is there another thing we can do?
Terrence looks around because he's like, where is he? He still doesn't quite get that.
I'll wave at you because I'm across the way there.
He sees him, and
So
Terrence's thought is, if we're not all in one place, we can't. So I tell Muriel, can you talk to Albus in your head that do that?
I'll see it and I'll cast it again and be like, Terrence, just think of your words back to me. I can hear you.
Okay. So my thought is you guys stay on one side, we'll stay on the other. Whatever it is, can't get all of us at one shot. So maybe I can draw its fire so you guys can sneak up on it. You guys have the damage that you can do with it. Raja should be able to do damage to anything coming in here. I can cover us and heal. So we can take some damage on this side.
You sure you want to do?
Whisper back. All right.
I can't hear this. Never mind.
Well, I'll convey it to. I'll whisper it to you because I'll probably see your face. Like,
Okay.
what? What are you doing? And I'll whisper back.
I'm going
I
to
want to-
ask a follow-up question. Is he sure he wants to do that, being the whole non-fire resistant?
Okay. I'll go. All right, Raja wants to see if you really want to do that since you're like kind of not fireproof like he is.
No, I don't want to do that. But I feel like it's the best thing.
Go ahead, Erlen.
I look toward Raja and Albus, and out of character, I can't really remember if we discussed this or not, but did anybody think to ask Omeris what he saw?
For the record, not a single one of you.
No.
Like, that's what I want to know. What did Omeris
Well, whatever
see?
it was started to speak. So
Yeah.
So we just kind of took
All right.
and did it.
All right. So
There is
all
Omeris.
right. I'll look at Uriel and be like, oh, that was Erlen, and be like, that was dumb. Yeah. And I'll point my wire because it's a cantrip. I can do it however many times I need to. I'll point my wire towards Omeris and be like, by the way, what did you actually see over there?
So by the time you're able to ask the question, and now that I'm clearly thinking about this, he would technically be back here. Omeris is, at this point, completely stricken by fear. You were good to get mumbles out of him.
Where is he?
He has made his way back. He came from this side, made his way back up. He is kind of camped out back here, and is just completely fear-stricken.
Hold on, I might be able to fix this. Give me a check. All right. Okay. So he is. You said over here.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna back up a little bit, and I'm gonna glance around the pillar and be like, oh. I'm gonna back up just a tad so that Omeris is in 30 feet of me. I'm gonna cast suggestion, and I'm gonna say. Omeris, I know you're scared, but I suggest you tell us exactly what you saw.
What does he need to roll?
I'm looking for it. Where is my suggestion? He needs to roll a wisdom of 15.
Yeah, no, perfect. So he makes his save. Well, no, wait. He makes his save of 17.
So you does not get compelled to answer.
Right. Yep. Never mind. High is bad.
Yeah. In this case, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if I.
Was this a wall right here? Just out of before the lights went out, Devlin saw this little corner. Is this a wall or was this the edge of a platform going down?
Yeah, so kind of right there, kind of where you are pinging at, that is from where you started your bonfire, that's kind of a platform that sits a few feet up, goes down, and then looks like it kind of ramps down.
But it's completely open. There's no wall cover. So.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, well, probably back here you've got about 2 feet, and then it tapers down to nothing by the time it gets there.
Because Devlin was just waiting here because of the light source, wondering where they're trying to stay hidden, keep an eye out, while the rest of the party's doing their thing over here, just waiting to see, are we moving forward, are we moving backward? He was just looking for options to scout, if possible.
I was kind of waiting on you guys just to get to a point to where you were kind of done back and forth. But I can tell you that where Terrence is at and where Muriel is at, and even Raja at this point, because of how flippin' tall he is, whatever's here is like staring right at you guys.
Boy.
So we can see it?
You can't. He can see you.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
all right.
Even past the 27 stealth, just out of curiosity.
Okay,
I don't know. I didn't roll against that. That's why I didn't say your name yet.
What happens if I try stealth? No.
Well, I said I rolled stealth and was moving around.
What was your stealth?
27.
You're still stealthed.
Okay.
All right. Well, Raja, do you want to go try and talk to it, or you guys want me to just send a fireball out that way?
No,
Let's
don't
not do that.
don't fireball. At this point,
That doesn't
Raja
sound wise.
will
I love
speak
that
up.
I love that he
to-
puts the helmet on and he's like, fireball everything.
Right?
He's stuck in a cave with something scary, so yeah.
Yeah, fireball everything. Why not?
That helmet keeps you from seeing all the fear in his face.
At this point, Raja will kind of just look over the statue here that's at the corner in the direction that he thinks the voice is coming from, and oh, great dragon! We do not mean to insult your intelligence. We merely wish to talk.
How do we know it's a dragon?
We don't.
Yes.
Make
Mind. That's a slight bit.
make a persuasion or deception, whichever one you want to do.
Well, I am more or less trying to persuade rather than deceive at this point. So, but they're both a +2.
I was about to say, they should be the same. It's just more context of what you're going to try to do.
They are. It'd be more of a persuasion rather than deception. Well, let me rephrase that. At the moment, it is a persuasion because we are seeking golden dragons, and based on the behaviors we're seeing, this may be a dragon. So
what color?
Yeah, depends on the color.
Right.
So, but for now, Raja is having a persuasion moment.
Got it. Well, make your persuasion.
How does a 15 work?
You hear a loud roar followed by just the most diabolical laugh that you have ever heard.
Oh, great.
And from there,
Goody.
you start hearing the footsteps again. This time they're getting closer.
Muriel, do you have any ideas you want to share with me before we go forward? Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Mm,
Okay.
It's our last chance to run. That's my idea.
I don't think we're going to have
crap.
time.
Oh crap! Doesn't begin to cover it.
So
Muriel
as
goes
you-
behind
What?
the statue.
as you hear the footsteps,
Going. Get behind the statue.
I can't.
At this point, Raja is thinking, "Oh crap!"
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, he's hoping to talk his way out of it, I guess.
so for the sake of my voice, the conversation and voice of the dragon
Is no longer going to be this.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Save your voice. Save your voice.
because if I do that, I will sound like Marlon Brando from The Godfather tomorrow, and I'm not gonna walk around talking like this all day long.
Well, that's only going to work if you're going to record yourself for it.
Right? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm here for it.
Right.
I understand.
Be prepared. Voice of the next character.
I'm
So
gonna whisper to Raja. I'll be like, Raja, what do you see? I can't see anything. I'm hopping,
He's so
like trying
short.
to see over the desk.
I could probably see at this point.
yeah.
And
It's a
at
giant red dragon.
So
Holy crap!
at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
Terrence yells, Muriel, Albus, Erlin, Devlin, get hidden behind stuff.
I'm gonna go all the way over here.
So in the little blink of a finger, or just a blink of time, a fire from a brazier lights behind the dragon. You watch as, only because it's obviously I can't kind of move his head around like I would like to, but you watch as this dragon makes his way down the steps, very methodical, very slowly. Head kind of serpentining, looking over, kind of towards Raja, back towards Terrence, just kind of back and forth and back and forth. And he pauses for a brief moment. He says, "Why have you come to my temple?"
we came seeking my kin. Why, might I ask, why is it we have come to find you here?
So, at this point, his head has now careened just kind of directly at Raja, facing him from, I'm going to eyeball it and call it less than 60 feet.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Your kin might have ran this temple long ago, but there are none in this temple any longer.
Did they abandon this temple prior to your inhabitants of this temple?
So as you say abandon, he kind of begins to chuckle. And you just watch as almost his entire body just kind of breathes in and out in this guttural laugh. And he says, "Little one, if by abandon you mean slaughtered, then yes."
At this point, I want to make a note. Raja's a little nervous, but he's trying to hold back his more or less anger.
Okay.
Because he's drawing conclusions, but he's trying to hold back his pride and anger and try to get out of this as peacefully as possible.
can I roll to see if I think he's telling the truth?
Certainly make an insight check.
I want to go out on a limb. I want to roll and see if he's real.
Okay.
Plus,
Maybe I should roll insight.
15 on
Would that be
insight.
an insight or perception?
Well, since technically I've got both, because Erlen did a insight to
Insight.
see if he was telling the truth. You can do your perception. You both got 15. Yes, he's very real, and from what you can tell, it seems like he's being pretty truthful about it.
Would I have my doubts, or am I just? I'm pretty.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really sense one way or the other whether he's telling the truth or not.
Okay.
But just kind of based on kind of his demeanor, and I would say probably what you've seen throughout the temple now, that you would probably believe him.
Can I try and climb
Oh.
up on the dais here and try and climb and kind of hide behind this statue right here?
Okay, all right.
At the very
Make a. I'm gonna say just because of your wee little stature. Make a athletics. Make an athletics check for me.
15.
Yeah, no, plenty. Yeah, you're able to kind of scale up a little bit and kind of manage to make yourself. You're kind of shoved in between the legs of the statue that's standing there. So you're at this point, you've got a pretty good beeline sight of said large dragon.
Okay.
I tried to do it kind of sneaky so that I don't want to be seen by it, but I want to be able to see it.
So
I tried.
So while they're all doing that, DM, with my study of dragons, would I have any insight into who this dragon is or anything about him?
Make a history check. Go ahead and make it with.
Given how much I've studied, can I assist him in that? We can chat back and forth a little behind our statue.
I could neat use it right now.
Yeah, sure, why not? Make it interesting.
I'll grant you advantage then, Tenerets.
That means I get to roll again?
DM?
Yes, yeah. I'm guessing the first one wasn't great.
No, this one's better. How about a 19?
With a
guidance? With a 3 guidance.
So 22. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So from what you know, obviously you know that it's a red dragon because you're not colorblind. So congrats for that.
Thank God.
1 in 10 humans are.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
Name-wise, I don't know that you would necessarily know a name just because of how many there could possibly be.
Sure.
You do know based on just kind of your research into red dragons that they tend to be just a smidge bit more aggressive than the rest of them. We'll call it what it is, folks. They're kind of assholes. I know language, but it is what it is. They are. There's really no way around it.
Well, then I would count his forbearance for this conversation as a miracle.
Yeah. Muriel, I'm gonna try something. Can you let Raja know?
Oh, sweet Yahweh. Okay. I psionically connect with Raja. Terrence is up to some tricks. Be prepared.
As this is all going on, I look at the dragon. I'm like, so, would I be correct to presume that you would claim to be the one to slaughter the gold dragon that was occupying this temple beforehand?
So, let's see. How do I want to word this? I would just say that he just you kind of watch his head go kind of this up and down as like nodding yes. Followed by just kind of that chuckling laugh again. To which he says, at this point, it should have been long enough that they would have found an egg from him.
An egg, you say?
Terrence interjects. Great dragon. My name's Terrence. What's your name?
You hear the resounding smack sound as Muriel just face palms hard enough to be heard across this temple.
I have a reason.
Devlin is just.
I'm still connected to Rasha, and I'm like, I would have to be stuck with this one.
And should I roll a persuasion on him telling me his name?
Yes.
Okay. That would be a natural 20 plus 6.
Woo!
Nice.
I take it back.
Right?
I love digital dice.
Oh, that's so great.
When they work for you.
So,
We can say that now.
So as you watch, his head swivels from staring at Raja to directly now staring at Terrence.
Which, interestingly enough, Terrence would still feel no fear.
Okay, all right.
Because it's just his being the paladin, and this is not something that is going to affect him like it would others. That fear of dragons for others would not affect
Really,
him.
Terrence wouldn't be even a little nervous being
I'm not going
that
to say
close
he
to a
isn't
full-grown
nervous.
dragon.
He's not afraid. I'm not saying he's not nervous, that he's not wishing that he could be somewhere else. He's just not afraid.
Okay.
It's kind of a stupid thing.
That's fair.
Again, Roger and Terrence are on the same level of stupidity.
Yeah.
The himbo protects him.
Right.
So he says again, he says, I've given you my name. Can I have yours?
So as he now swivels towards you and is staring at you, he just kind of begins to chuckle, and as he kind of nods his head up and down, he's looking at you and says, "Brave one. My name is Thymax."
Okay. And Thymax, great Thymax, however you wish to be called, is there any way that we are going to make it out of this temple without a battle with you?
I still want to make you make a persuasion check on that one.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
Oh no.
A 10.
Oh gosh.
I might have
Probably
just
should
told
have.
him,
Yeah,
we're about to battle you.
probably should have saved that 20.
Gosh.
So, as you make the statement, or rather the question, he just starts laughing, and you kind of start watching as it's not drool, but you watch as this viscous liquid just kind of starts dripping from the sides of his mouth, and as it's hitting the stone floor, you can audibly hear it sizzle.
Ooh. Terrence says, shoot. Hopefully, just like that. It may have come out slightly different.
I roll some kind of a check to determine if that's acid, or is it just like really hot liquid?
Probably just be really hot.
Let me look.
I just want to be sure. Because
Make
we have
Do you see what color the liquid is?
one
That
we
might
have a
help.
potion for, one we do not.
Make an investigation check since you're staring right at him.
I almost had a 20. The 16 total.
16 total. It doesn't appear to be. It doesn't appear to be a poison or an acid.
Okay.
As it still hits and pulls, you kind of watch as like little flickers of fire kind of start off of it.
Okay. Thank you.
And at this point, I would probably say
Roll initiative.
roll initiative. Yeah,
I just knew that was coming.
We did our best.
You tried.
we were actually trying to talk our way out of this.
Yes.
I'm very proud of you guys for trying to talk to a dragon, and you got so far with it.
Can I make a
Yeah.
last-ditch effort to, like, interject before he gets too aggressive?
I think that time is come and gone, if it ever came.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
probably. I thought so, but I thought I'd just ask anyway.
This is not a diplomatic. This is the cat letting the mice think they have a chance
Right.
before it eats them.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
roll a, like, I'll say, like, Raja steps to the top of the stairs, hands both in the air, just yells, "Wait!" And make a persuasion check. If you can beat his perception check, I will let you have it.
Okay. Persuasion, you say?
Yep.
Okay.
Because at this point, as you're trying to do this, his tail, for you familiar cat folks, you kind of watch as his tail kind of begins to sway back and forth, kind of down a little bit. Seems like he's a little angry.
Or anyone who
Yeah,
watches
that's
Animal
tough.
Planet.
18?
Not even close. You almost
even
got
close.
you almost got his without the modifier.
Okay.
It was a good effort,
It was.
but I think we're fighting this thing.
Unfortunately.
All right.
All right. Initiative
Raja,
roll was 12.
Devlin.
Oh, I was going to say I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
Devlin has a 11.
Okay. Shoot, I still need to roll for
Albert
Amaris.
got an
19.
18.
Nice,
Yep.
Alb.
Amaris also has a 19.
Wow.
I rolled a 10, a
Uh,
gentleman's 10.
Gentleman's 10.
Just a
Erlin,
10.
Not 20.
nat 20.
Get it, Erlen.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that your second
I
nat 20
think
on
so.
initiative?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm really good at rolling initiative, apparently.
Yeah,
You
right.
are. Unfortunately, not quite enough.
What? A 22 is not enough?
As the dragon is up first
Yeah.
with a 23. So we've got Dragon, Erlin, Omeris, Raja, and then Albus up on the deck of 5.
And then Devlin at the bottom.
Devlin almost at the bottom. Muriel at the bottom. Well, I'll run through the entire order. So Dragon, Erlin, Omeris, Raja, Albus, Terrence, Devlin, Muriel. I almost made a little song out of that.
Right?
I could almost hear the tune.
It's like that.
Great.
It's like those old dating shows where they used to have you introduce yourself in a few lines. Hi, I'm Mariel.
Yeah.
I like long walks, interdimensional tentacle horror,
Right.
and going last initiative.
Let's see.
Of course. I had to move back.
I'm going to remind everybody out of character, use cover. Stay separated as best we can so he can't hit at least one of us with his fire breath. And he's big, so he's probably slow.
That's probably pretty
Yeah.
fair.
Out of character, you don't know dragons well, do you? In character, okay.
All right, so
This entire time, Devlin's just been with his dragon pick, just like, come on, we're about to type it. Come on. I'm not saying anything because years and years on the sea, if you have the advantage of stealth and cover, you do not break that for anything.
Absolutely.
right.
Yes.
Terrence, unfortunately, does not have the advantage of stealth
Or cover.
or cover. He has the advantage of being a stupid paladin who is about ready to rush in.
All right, so
That's his advantage.
all right, so everybody make a
So the dragon's on the staircase in between Raja and Terrence, right?
wait. Say that again.
That big red thing right there.
Well, the big red thing's currently in the middle of the room.
Yeah, that's the dragon.
I think robots make a saving throw of some kind.
Yes. Yeah.
All of us.
Different one.
Oh boy.
The dragon's choice.
That would be a feat if he could hit all of us.
Yes. Everyone everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have some kind of help from you, Terrence, given that I'm near you?
Are you near me? Because you get a +2 if you are.
Thank you.
10 feet.
Wisdom saving throw with a +2. It was almost a natural 20. It's instead a 2 + 2, 4.
Nat 20.
Mine's a 23.
Okay.
Raja, you sucked down my nat 20.
Apparently.
Is this magic, DM? Is this magic?
It's not.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn one of my lucks.
You have the lucky feat? Oh, so lucky.
I got a 21.
Okay.
For a good thing, I went from a 7 to a soft 20.
Okay. All right. So if you are here, we'll do this. Make it easy. If you are less than 19, you are now frightened.
Goody.
Muriel can't be.
Right.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Terrence.
Gosh, I love being a paladin in that area.
Right?
Yes. 18
We
years
rarely
on.
fight. Go ahead.
18 years with Jormungandr was the lore base for luck. He came from near death. This may in-universe explanation why he has a lucky feat.
Very cool. I wouldn't have thought that I've seen that feat banned at so many tables. I didn't know if it was like even possible in this particular one, but good on you. That's going to be handy in this fight.
Well, we haven't even done the one that I took for when his time on as a pirate. I get to re-roll damage if I don't like it.
All right. So as he lets out a billowing roar, it looks like that none of you were below 19 except Muriel, who can't be frightened.
Terrence, I take back what I said. I'm grateful to be your partner.
At this point, Omeris has basically curled up into a ball at the bottom. He failed his save for this one. The dragon has made one step forward, lunges down at Raja with his mouth basically engulfing the entirety of Raja.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Great. Wow. I'm going to get eaten alive.
So you will take, and I know
DM, can I ask what was the hit?
What did I roll for him to get hit?
Yes.
34.
Oh, okay.
But it was a nat 20.
Yeah, I won't be able to help that.
Yeah. It was a nat 20.
Yeah.
He just ate Raja. Great.
Well, he's not eating. He's just taking a bite. So Raja, 33 points of piercing damage plus 1 point of fire damage because of your resistance.
Good gosh.
So 34 points.
Yep. And then he will take his second attack. Let's see.
I'm just gonna pigeon this right now and say we need to find a way out of here and fast.
So that one,
Get
31.
behind the statue.
31 will definitely hit.
So that's
Shield
gonna
won't even
be-
help me in that.
So that will be 15 more points. That's slashing damage.
Gosh, son.
And yeah, that is his turn. Erlen, you were up.
Raja, how you doing?
I was gonna say, can I see what Raja looks like at this point?
Raja at this point is definitely hurting. He is probably on one knee, sitting at a 16 out of 85. Yeah.
16
Oh.
Doritos. He 16
He's
Doritos.
a
away
good
from
Doritos.
that.
16 Doritos away.
I was
Okay.
when he said that, and I immediately I wasn't going to go pigeon, but I was thinking 16 Doritos in my head. I love that we've made that a thing. That's so great.
I know.
So 2 bags of Doritos.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a family size if you're lucky.
I am
If you're lucky.
legitimately scared right now.
Yeah. As well, you should
Okay,
be.
so
We were not ready for this.
No,
Ow!
not even close.
so seeing how bad Raja is, I'm gonna switch. I'm going to cast Healing Word at 4th level on him. You get 14 points
You
back.
That
Thank
helps.
you. That helps. I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't risk running up to you, otherwise I totally would have.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts
That's
so
fine.
bad.
Yeah.
And healing word is a bonus action, so I think you still have an action.
Oh, do I really?
do.
Yes. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna. Ugh. I think I'm gonna just stick with Moonbeam from now.
Great.
Yeah.
It's had some good effects so far.
Yeah.
Also at 4th level, he needs to make a con save.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Yeah, he gets half damage then, I think. Yeah. So 10 points.
Okay. All right, got it. All right, I'm assuming that's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Omeris at this point, he is just basically frightened out of his wits. He is going to disengage and just start kind of hauling butt toward the back of the temple. And Raja, you're up.
Behind the dead blame statue, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Raja, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
No, I thought you
Oh, there
said
you are.
something to me.
I said get behind the dead blame statue, like I told you.
We have a tiefling that speaks Southern. This is great.
Oh, get behind the
It's mad
statue.
she has a Southern drawl.
Yes. There's nothing to consider. You're not going to survive if you don't get out of his way. Get behind the statue.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's one place safer than the statue, but it could
Right.
also be potentially as dangerous.
Dude,
Are you gonna try jumping on his head?
Do not go under the dragon. Do not. Don't approach the dragon.
Are you gonna try to ride him?
He's already in his base. So.
He's right there.
I'm
leave
right
without-
here.
Can I?
Yeah,
Am
you
I
can't
allowed to
leave
yell
without an
something
attack of
while-
opportunity.
Are we allowed to yell things to each other while we're in the middle of this? Is that okay, or is that a turn?
I mean,
That's a free action
Yeah.
if you have it available.
Okay,
so you'd be
while-
you'd be screaming from
right there.
35 feet.
Terrence a big guy, kind of loud. He turns towards Albus and Erlen, and Muriel's right there next to him, and he yells, "Albus, Muriel, run now!"
Take me, shiny boy.
Well, he kind of gives you a look. Just telling you.
All right, Raja, what you doing?
Raja, we've buried one friend. Don't make us bury another.
Okay,
You'll not be alone, Raja.
what are you planning? Alright, I'll play it safe for now, and
Run away! Don't run away.
I'm gonna at the very least climb up this statue and try to. Let's see. Hold on. Where's? Let me figure out 30 feet exactly here. Okay. Okay, I can at least move back here. So.
That's not.
I'm just gonna-
disengaging, though, is it?
Climb up here and kind of just maneuver myself.
So because
And
you
then get an
are
attack of opportunity.
because you are climbing straight up, it will trigger an attack of opportunity. He does miss.
Better
Oh,
than 3 or
thank
4
goodness.
attacks.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's no.
Oh,
With the
yeah.
attack of opportunity is always just one. But since you're climbing up, are you going back up the stairs or scaling the wall beside you and moving back?
Well, I was at the top of the stairs, was I not?
You were at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, I thought this was the top. Okay. In that case, I will run up the stairs.
Okay. All right. I was making sure that you weren't going to have to do an
And-
athletics check and then fall on your butt in front of the dragon, because that would be a whole other set of
Exactly.
rules.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying
Yeah.
that. So I will just run up the stairs here and then jump up on the statue for some cover.
Okay.
At least partial cover, if nothing else.
All right. So, as you... Let's see. So, as you do that, yep, that takes that away. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really pull my javelin out and throw it. Plus, I've already used the charge for the day, so... Unless it happens to be dawn outside.
No, it wouldn't be.
I didn't think so.
I was
So
gonna say, would we be able to tell?
You wouldn't be able to tell. So, metagaming wise, had you guys not have gone out and took a rest prior to, it'd be about that time. But at this point, you're maybe like midday. You haven't.
I will go
I don't know
then.
that you've hit second breakfast yet.
right. I will just go ahead and cast Blade Ward on myself just to give myself a little extra absorption, I guess.
Okay. All right.
But call it good after that.
All right. Albus, Terrence, Devlin, and then Muriel.
I'm going to run up to Raja, pulling out my med kit, and again, just like with Mara, my magic, which has been writhing and bucking, will slip out of my control for a second, and I will see threads of magic, and suddenly I will remember what I did with Mara, and plucking at those cords of magic, I will suddenly pull together an arcane symbol and a word that I didn't realize I knew will pop out of my mouth, and I will cast Cure Wounds at level 4
I like it. Go for it.
on Raja.
You?
For 20 hit points.
Ooh, okay,
Nice.
okay.
That's good.
Raja is
Nice.
feeling better.
All right, so
Nice.
Raja is feeling better.
so let's cover a healer's kit real quick. It does
Well,
not.
so the healer kit would not heal him, but what I'm saying is that he's pulling it. It's just for the aesthetics. It's just for
Oh,
the
got
flavor
it.
of
Okay, got it.
Oh, it's just for the flavor. He's pulling it out to help Raja, but his magic comes loose. He realizes that he can actually cast a spell, and he casts a spell instead,
Got it.
which I now have because of the Bard multi-classing I have.
Got it. All right. So as you cast your heal, gold light swirls around Raja. Looks a bit more beefy. Go ahead and roll a d20. All right, you're good. Alrighty. And that's your turn.
Hold on, let me check my bonus actions. I'm actually going to convert 2 sorcery points, and I'm going to look at Terrence and just maintain eye contact with my red eyes. Raise my hand at the dragon and send 2 Eldritch Blasts at the dragon.
Okay, go for it.
You just decided what I was going to do next.
So let me.
What are you going to do? Oh. And Aaron's here, and he just said hi.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey.
Welcome to the party.
Okay, 13 and 14.
Neither of those hit. So they just swirl right behind him, kind of impacting him on the stairs behind him. But yeah, neither of them hit him.
All right, then I'm going to jump back behind the statue,
Okay,
like curling down, try and get out of the way.
got it. All right, Terrence, you're up. Devlin, Muriel, then back up to the top of the order.
As a class trait, I am able to cast my Sacred Oath, but I want to know, is that an action? Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm not doing it just yet. All right, so the very first thing Terrence is going to do is, after he tells Muriel, I need you to stay behind this statue, and
Oh, I'm not inclined to move.
okay, and just pray for me.
No. I'll see if the old guy upstairs is listening, Terrence, but I think he'd rather
Yeah.
listen to you.
Well, he needs to hear you now. I moved 30 feet.
Okay.
That's my move. I cast a spell called Spirit Shroud, which is a bonus action. And Spirit Shroud is I call forth spirits of the dead, flit around for a spell's duration. Spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack I make deals 1d8 extra damage when I hit the creature within 10 feet. Damage is going to be radiant, because I can choose radiant, necrotic, or cold.
Okay.
Any creature that takes this damage cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. So, I cast that.
Okay.
That's my first action. And then I Now I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swing with my my +1 longsword,
Yep.
of course. I mean, that's just given. But I have these two different slashing damages. One's a 1 die 8 for, and one's a 1 die 10 for.
So that is the difference between martial and versatile. So that's going to be one-handed versus two-handed. If you are holding a shield, obviously you're one-handed. If you're just going all paladin crazy, two-handed, then it's two-handed.
Don't
Yeah,
drop that shield.
I'm pretty sure that shield's in my hand. So I swing. Oh crap! With a 12.
Yeah, you swing and you hit his, I would imagine probably his leg maybe, and it just kind of goes blink and just kind of wobbles back off.
Let me ask you a question. I have inspiration. Can I use it?
Sure.
That means I can roll again,
Yep.
right? Okay, God help me. 13.
Oh,
13?
No.
Yeah, that does not hit.
Okay. All right. And that was basically my roll.
All right. All right. So, as you cast the spell, suddenly the kind of the four corners around the dragon kind of light up as you see these kind of celestial looking beings kind of form around where the dragon is. Terrence takes his mighty swing at the dragon as you just kind of watch his sword go off his leg. So Devlin, you're up, followed by Muriel, then we're back up to the top of the order, but before we do that, I'm going to have... Actually, no, we'll hold off on that. Alright, go ahead.
Right then. In Draconic, Jormungandr sends his regards. Leans out, twin Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Aiming for the eye for flavor. Wait, pray this is a hit if it doesn't hit. 25?
25 does hit.
Alright, first one hits.
I started to mess with you and go, just barely. No.
He's been threatening it for a while, and the days to come.
21 for the second.
Yeah, both of them hit.
Okay. Alright. So, first one. Let's get that. 2d plus the 2d6. Alright. First Eldritch Blast with sneak attack. 8. Second one. 6.
Alright, so 14 total.
So now we've ticked
You
off
get
the
sneak
track.
attack?
Yep. And then Devlin is going to shift 25 feet just to the edge of the... 'cause 30 feet will put him just past... Actually, yeah, he'll go 30. And he will use that bonus action to stealth.
Okay.
Did you get sneak attack in that, Devlin?
I did. That one is cocked. Alright. Or on the side. 27 again.
Yeah, you remain stealth.
That's all Devlin can do for the moment.
And I'm not gonna do it a bunch, but this one it made me giggle internally enough that I'll just say it. The dragon's perception, even with rolling a 4, is still 17. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yikes.
like I went, oh, he rolled a 4, and then it went 17. I went, oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, with Devlin now, it's a matter of time before he catches on where the sneaky little pirate rogue is.
Yeah.
For the moment.
Exactly. All right. So, that's your turn. Miro, you're up. But before then, Dennis, Terrence, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, and I get a +2 on this. It's a 15 plus 2 is 17.
Okay. So you do not make your save. So the dragon kind of rears up on his back legs, showing that he is a full-fledged four-legged dragon, and just beats his wings down towards you. There's enough air pressure there that it actually just smashes you into the ground, knocking you prone, and you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And Muriel, now you're up.
Okay. I'm reading. Would you allow me to? I've never used this spell before. I was reading it as you said what you just did. Could I use silvery barbs against that wing attack on Terrence?
Let me take a look.
I'll just for giggles, I'll cast it so you can read it in the roll
I've
20.
got it pulled up.
Okay. It is a reaction.
So it's not really a triggering attack because it's more of a legendary attack. So it's
Gotcha.
against a DC roll, not a roll for the dragon to hit.
Understood.
Had it have been his like tail whip, then yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to, for my bonus action, hex the dragon.
Okay.
And consensus, what do we want him to have disadvantage on?
Constitution.
Everything possible.
Let's start with Constitution.
DM, would you allow me to twin spell it and give him 2 disadvantages? We are sorely outmatched in this fight.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
All right.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. Yay.
I will crack my knuckles, and the tentacle whips out from my hair, and I will twin spell Hex and give him disadvantage on Con. And what do we want the other one to be disadvantaged, guys? What'd you say?
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
I don't think he's very wise.
He's a dragon.
He's probably pretty wise.
Dragons are known to be wise creatures, especially if they're like adult or ancient.
Yeah. Lived long life type thing.
Let me read this just to be careful. Disadvantage on ability checks. Unless we're targeting his wisdom with spells. Are we doing spells with wisdom?
I am
Probably not. It probably won't work. So
Yeah, none of mine are gonna.
whatever you want. So
All right, con and intelligence.
Okay.
That works.
Let me mark
I'm
question.
frustrated. Like all my spells won't work against a red dragon. Like I'm
You're
looking at my spell list. Like, I'm fire based and I'm also charm based, and I'm pretty sure dragons can't be charmed. So
He would
I'm
probably-
screwed.
Extremely hard to charm one. Let's put it that way.
He's probably resistant.
Mhm.
Or not resistant, but we'd have to burn through some resistances to get to him.
All the fire puns.
All the fire puns. So that was my bonus action.
This group is heavy in fire, and what are we up against? Fire.
Fire dragon.
It's going to take twice as long.
Actually, a little bit shaky. This is cool. Okay.
Right.
This is what we live for, guys.
Yeah.
Hex has a 90-foot range, as does Tasha's Mind Whip. So I'm going to use both in this case. So Tasha's Mind Whip, make an intelligence save, which you now have disadvantage on, please.
Intelligence save, so that would be a 16 and a 10.
He fails. He takes 8 points of psychic damage, but he cannot take a reaction, which means Terrence can move without getting hit. And he has to choose whether he moves, acts, or has a bonus action. He only gets one on his next turn.
Oh, he's...
For how long?
He's gonna burn one of his legendary resistances.
As I suspect.
Make him
Okay.
burn them all.
Yep. I'll help him burn.
Wear this lizard down.
I know. Well, he's still hexed regardless,
Yeah.
so... and he takes some points of necrotic damage because he is hexed doubly. So he takes 5 and 2.
Then doesn't
So I did...
So after he drops Terrence looks.
Oh,
up
that's
and
right.
goes,
Tasha's doesn't do... For some reason, I was thinking Tasha's had damage associated to it.
It does psychic, but he resisted it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Alright, so 7 total there.
As Terrence is staring up at the dragon, he looks at him and he goes, "Here, lizard, lizard, lizard."
Gosh. Terrence, don't make my job harder. I look longingly at the piece that is Raja's team.
Right, yeah. Alright.
You've got me wildly vacillating between liking being with you and not liking being with you.
Funny how that
That
works.
I know. I believe that's my turn. But at least we hexed him.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
All right, spellcaster, focus on con and intelligence. Don't do whiz and strength, please.
Alright, so,
Especially strength.
he is going to... let's see, he's going to make a bite. He actually misses the bite. That's surprising.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, he clamps down and just
Please keep rolling bad.
catches the side
Yeah.
of Terrence's shield and just doesn't really make connection. He definitely hits you with the claws, though, at a 26.
At a 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't help me then. Okay.
15 points of slashing damage, and then he misses his... so he
Ouch.
misses his last one there. And... Alright, and then I'm gonna have... we'll skip it. So, Erlen is up.
Okay. This is incredibly frustrating because, like, I've got all these cool spells, but because we're not outside, I can't use any of them. I'm gonna use my trusty old moonbeam again. Make a con save, please, at disadvantage.
Okay. Critical fail.
Wow.
What does that mean?
So when you...
Double damage?
Yeah, so when you roll damage, if you if you right-click on the button for your
Oh.
damage. Oh, dang.
Oh. I just did 66 points of damage?
Yes, you did.
Hell yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yes!
We
God.
need to keep this guy.
Right?
Ooh. I think we have a new heavy hitter in the house.
I know. The druids are broken, but you got to get them up to level.
So I will say that I think that is the largest single attack damage of the campaign from a player character.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
say so, yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not even your barbarian.
Yeah, right?
I know!
I was gonna say, I know that Raja and Mara and I have had some pretty high hits, but I don't think we've ever done that much in one.
I was
And
gonna
Raid-
say,
I miss her a lot.
I know.
Raja alone, his best hit was like a 30-something, I think.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yep,
Not
absolutely.
even. I don't think we've ever done more, even half.
Alright, so
We're
that-
still in danger, but that just brought it down from most of us are going to die to, well, maybe half.
yeah.
Maybe some of us are gonna die. Let's
Maybe one or two of us.
Could you do it again?
Right? Alright, so...
I need him to critical fail again. Please keep
uh,
doing that.
let's see, so...
You got a second moonbeam?
It would be...
No, I only get one action. Oh, I guess I should see what my bonus actions are. How do I do that again? Oh,
Look in your spells for anything that says BA.
All right, so yeah, while
Healing word.
she's doing that, I'm gonna try to kind of speed up the dragon's attacks as we go as well. So while she's doing that, looking for bonus action, with a 28, because Terrence is still prone from the wing attack, you will take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as he kind of slips around and he just kind of spanks you with his tail on the ground. It's just kind of a...
wait, so why is he getting multiple turns to attack?
He's got legendary actions, which at the end of a player's turn, he can do an action.
It's part of being a badass.
Yeah.
When you're at his level of adulthood, dragons get special stuff.
Yeah.
Dragons get scary.
Yeah. Yeah, this one honestly isn't that bad.
We're level 9, and you put us up against a dragon.
Well, I mean, first of all, pigeon. Second of all, you're welcome.
He's trying to level us. Aren't we happy? Aren't we so grateful?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, and terrified at the same time.
You know,
As all things should be.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Alright, was that it for Erlen?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
And a bah humbug to you.
So by this point, Omerus, his fear has kind of left him. He's kind of looking around at this point like, what in the world is going on? So he is going to take his dash action and move back up. Let me take a look here. Give me just a moment. Because he might be close enough that he can actually do something.
How you looking there, Terrence?
17
half
Doritos.
a bag of Doritos.
Half a bag of
If that.
Doritos.
Boy.
He's sweating right now.
Erlen, did you ever get a bonus action?
Oh.
If you click on actions, you'll see a thing that says bonus action about 4.
Oh,
Click
you
on
know
that.
what? I can bonus action healing word at first level.
Yeah,
was
go
gonna
ahead,
suggest.
go ahead and do that while
Let
I
me do that.
flip through this stuff
That could help.
slightly.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna cast that.
Alright, so while we're doing that...
7 points of healing.
I will take it.
Oh,
Might
and
save
he
his life.
fails. Oh. Alright, so as Erlen hits the top of the stairs, looks and now sees the dragon that has frightened him, kind of steadfast. You watch as the familiar clouds kind of start whipping around the top again. As he points his staff towards, and you watch as these bolts of lightning just start raining down out of the clouds. Giving
Wait,
him...
what are you casting?
Call lightning.
Okay.
Oh, Maris is getting a round?
Yeah.
Did he break out of his funk?
It was, duration had ran out.
Good.
Yeah. So, Big Bad Dragon takes 33 points of damage? 34.
Nice.
There we go. Look, he just took 99 points of damage plus what little thing we already did to him.
Yeah.
Guys, we
He's
got
over 100
this.
points.
So,
Just
as
stay the
only have,
heck.
like,
the lightning kind of starts smashing into the dragon, you kind of watch as his wings at this point don't seem to be standing quite up as perky as they seem to, at once were.
Oh,
He's still got a lot of Doritos.
he had the whole Dorito factory up in
He's
there.
right, yeah. He's he's like that really big bowl at a party that's nothing but Doritos, but it's definitely a lot lower than it was. So that's Omer's turn. So Raja, Albus, Terrence, Devlin, Muriel.
Okay. So, out of curiosity, if I were to, I know this token's not like really up to scale on the dragon here, but if I ran to this corner of the statue and took a leap off, could I like land on the dragon?
Good God. What did I just tell you?
I feel like we've
He's
had
feeling
this
good now that he's gotten
conversation.
healed.
Raja,
Hey,
you
Muriel,
have one
have
job.
we listened yet?
Right.
Raja, you have one
let's
job, and
see.
it's to stay alive.
Are you
Please
jealous
don't.
being on the cool not being on the cool team?
No, not when you do stupid stuff. I'm just kidding. I have a stupid stuff.
I'm just asking, could I?
20.
DM, please tell him no.
I have a feeling the words are about to be, you most certainly can try,
Right.
which is
Exactly
neither
what I
yes or
I would
no.
love to see him try.
That's exactly what I was about to say. See, I love that he is training up for what is up to come. So, yes,
Yeah.
Raja, you may certainly try.
No. Raja, we buried one friend. Why don't you make me do it again?
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
That would be awesome.
What the heck? I'm gonna try it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay.
I could eat you somehow.
What am I rolling for this?
So it's gonna be it's
Athletics?
gonna be athletics.
Oh, you got this.
It's stupidity.
It's
rolling
stupidity.
Right?
And you've got okay, yeah. There's a certain number that you have to beat.
Mhm.
As D&D goes.
Let me ask you this: is it above a 28?
It's not above a
Did you-
28.
Did you just get a 28?
Oh my God!
No. I'm sorry. I have not rolled yet. I was just.
He's trying to figure out the highest number he
Boy.
can get. Yeah.
Boy,
Kyle.
don't tease me like that.
This is intense.
25.
Oh,
You
25?
just miss.
Oh,
you're serious right now.
Dead serious.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
it was above a 28, or below a 28, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I wish I could
Like-
help you with that.
Just
Okay,
miss.
so-
I will.
Uh,
I'm
so-
going to bin luck.
So
I'm going to bin luck and add a D4.
okay.
Wait,
If
really?
you get a 2 or lower, you're dead meat.
Hold on. Let me get a
so I
D4 out.
can. Hold on, let me make sure it's a D4. It's a. Hold on. Bin luck.
D6 would be better. But I'll take a
Uh, Yeah, it's a D4.
D4. Okay, hold
D4.
on. There it is. For 4. So
29.
20,
27.
29.
Yeah.
29.
So
So I'll step between the legs, hold out my hand, and twist as he's running and jumping.
yeah. So Raja is, and let me see if it'll let me move.
Oop.
It won't let me.
Uh,
It won't let me layer.
Should be able to bring him to top.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can bring it to the front. To front.
Hey.
Dragon riding a dragon. That made me so happy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stab him in the eyes.
And now, as my attack option, I'm going to.
I will say that you have advantage on attack rolls because you're on top of the dragon's head.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll take it. In that case, booming blade.
Okay.
Get him. Unload on him.
Let me just say, the last time a draconic creature succeeded on jumping on another giant draconic creature, things took a turn.
End well.
No. Oh
know.
no. Are we replaying Better Duck?
No,
oh,
we're not.
No.
No,
no.
we're not. No, we're not.
I'm just saying the parallels. I'm calling the parallels.
Parallels are, yeah.
That's
I really did not
Doomed to
expect-
repeat history?
plus
No.
8, so 22?
A 22 hits.
Okay,
I would
so
hope.
with Booming Blade, that is going to be 2d8 plus my fire damage of 2d6.
And you can waste your time and roll the fire damage if you want.
I mean, that was not my roll.
Immune?
That was not my roll.
That
Is
was
he
a-
immune or is he just resistant?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Go ahead, jump.
So that's 10 points for no wait, 10 plus, I almost forgot. So 14 physical and 7 fire, so rounding down that'd be 4 or 3.
So fire has absolutely no effect on a red dragon whatsoever.
Of course.
Completely
Of course.
immune to it.
Okay, so it's a flashy light show.
Yeah.
Got it. So 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Do it for the pizzazz.
Right.
That's right.
Do it for the jazz hands.
Exactly.
I'd like to think one of the celestial spirits that Terrence summoned as Raj is riding the dragon, you just see a kobold-like spirit just going, "Ooh."
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well, I guess Erlen would have no idea what that means, but
No, but
I
we
think
do.
it's cute.
It is.
Out of character,
It
it's
is.
cute.
It is now canon. The spirit
Yep.
of Better Duck is now running around going, "Oh!"
Yeah, every time I
Who-
cast Spirit Shroud, it's
Right.
Duck. It's one of them.
Who's the blue ghost dragon? Do we need to kill it?
No.
That one stays.
Right. That one's good.
Why? It's a
Erlen,
kobold.
don't
Why?
question it.
Trust me on this, Erlen. Don't question it.
Right. All right. So, is that's your turn, Roger? Or are you doing something else?
Nope. I believe that's my turn
All right.
because action to leap, action to strike. So, yeah.
right.
As far as I know, that's
So
my turn.
I'm gonna have you do a strength check, and I'm gonna do your strength versus his dex
Ooh.
to see if he's like,
You off.
yeah.
Boy.
It's gonna be
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Okay. Come on, dice. Don't let me down now.
Yeah, really.
Wait, is this a saving throw or just a straight strength?
Straight strength versus straight dex.
Mm.
Which is probably not the way to do it, but I find it more
22.
fun. Okay.
Am I on?
Yeah, you were on.
Woohoo!
So,
Cowboy.
Ride the Red Dragon.
so
Ride
as
him, cowboy.
so as the buzzer sounds off for Raja staying on for his 8 seconds, he continues to ride the dragon, which so
The
wrong.
gold is going to dominate the red.
So wrong.
Right.
But so right.
But so right, yeah. So Terrence, he tried to hit you with his tail again, but luckily you were able to get your shield in the way, and it stopped. It stopped the impact from damaging you. So, Albus, you're up. Terrence, Devlin, Muriel, then back up to the top.
Ah. My
Alright.
heart's fluttery.
All right, so I'm going to internally in my head go, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but can't let them down again. I'm going to step out from the statue. So in between the legs, 1, 2, 3. So about 3, about there. Take off my dread helm. Give my my biggest smile, fake smile, and go, aw, the dragon roared. But instead of being scared, we're just a bit bored. I mean, look how we fared. Raja just jumped on his head. Only from boredom will we all be dead. And I will inspire Raja with a D6.
Whoa!
Back for the limerick.
So
Yes.
first of all, that was amazing. So yes, definitely, Raja, take your D6 of inspiration for your next move.
That needs to be made
that
into
was
something.
that was
Thank
fantastic.
you. Thank you.
That was a work of art.
It was.
I'll do a nice bow of my head, a nice bow. And as I come up, I'll come up with my diamond and blast away with a chrome. I gotta bring it up. Kind of like a distractive, like a nice bow, and then suddenly blam.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone on, which I know who it is that said it, but on the Twitch chat says +1 emotional damage to the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna blast him with a chromatic orb.
Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, 25 to hit.
You hit him.
Heck yes.
Nice.
And 16 damage.
Ooh, nice.
And then
What
I am
element
going
is-
to. I'm gonna put the dread helm back on and scuttle back 2 more steps in between. The
I love
legs.
that he's just like boop boop. Hello.
Yep.
He's like the eye dotter for the Ohio State marching band when they do the hat thing. Yeah. All right. So, shoot, where are we at? All right. Terrence, Devlin, Muriel, then back up to the top.
I am double checking to make sure I can do what I want to do here.
This would be a great time for you to back off and get some heal.
Actually, Terrence cast Lay On of Hands for 45 points of damage, and is now
45
standing
points
there.
of heals?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You said damage.
He did say damage.
Yeah,
so
I said heal.
Terrence
Is he doing his
touches
little
himself.
sexy dance?
He is.
Terrence touches himself, and you see him, kind of twist like that and crack his neck and stand up and look at the dragon and these are.
Lizard, I swear.
And
I miss
yell
that
at Raja,
commercial
"Can I
so
s-
much.
yeah,
I yell at Albus, can't switch teams. I'll switch with you if you want. I mean, well, frankly, both of our leads are currently doing incredibly stupid things with this dragon.
Stupider.
Never. We'll just, at least yours is on top of the dragon.
you got to remember it's a dragon. And,
Yeah.
Terrence is like, hey, all right. So he swings his long. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this. Is that
His long
I gotta make
sword.
sure. I gotta make sure that what I want to do is. Where'd it go? Okay, that's an action, so I can't do it. Okay, so I swing the longsword. Shoot. With a 13.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang it,
doesn't hit.
Terrence.
I am not doing good.
I'm
Alright,
seeing either 20s or 13s.
Yeah. And let me see if I have a and then as a bonus action I cast Shield of Faith on myself to give myself a +2 bonus action. Or a +2 AC.
Got it. Okay.
So now I'm at 22.
Got it.
And just so you know, if he goes after me again, he's gonna have to hit a 26 or more to hit me from now on because of the dragon wings.
Okay. So speaking of, he will take a swipe at you with his tail. 427. So fairly positive still hit you. So you take 16 points.
I'll
Are you
use
going to do your thing?
I am going to do my
Okay.
thing. Silvery barbs.
All right. So he's going to roll. So he has to roll the d20 again.
Please.
For a 24. So I think you saved Terrence.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And I can
Good.
choose a creature within range to give them advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and I'm going to do it to Terrence because I feel like he needs it.
He does. He's doing incredibly stupid things and getting really bad rolls.
Oh my
Right,
god. Is this what you do when you feel supported?
Right. So Devlin, Muriel, then back to the top.
So Devlin 5, 10, 15, 20. Pardon me, darling. 30. Scooches right past Muriel. Again,
Excused.
Again, yelling out in Draconic. The deep abyss calls. You have an appointment to make. Turn. And again, double Eldritch Blast because
Why not?
ain't no way I'm getting to a fist fight with that.
Why the heck not?
21 for the
You
first
got him.
and 21 for the second.
Got him on both of them.
Okay, aiming for one of the eyes for flavor.
Yeah. Blind this bad boy.
Or 8 damage for the first one with sneak attack.
Okay.
And 8 damage for the second. So 16 damage total.
Consistency. Nice. I like it. Consistency.
Consistency. And then he's just going to dip back around and bonus action stealth.
Okay.
I think I think he'll probably see me. That's only a 16.
Yeah, he got you on that one. So he looks right at you as his head kind of careens back around. Yeah, he's got your number.
With his shoulder.
Right.
Does he by chance roll with disadvantage with being distracted with another dragonborn on his back? Or neck somewhere?
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Nope, still 21.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I tried.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
Ugh.
His second roll was a 28. Alright.
Alright, that is Devlin's turn.
Got it. Muriel, you're up.
All right.
Anything
gonna-
damaging would be good at this point.
Well, I mean, he's just gonna. Yeah,
Give
Okay.
him burn his stuff.
I'll burn him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Tasha's mind whip him again.
Okay.
Make an intelligence save, please.
Consistency is an amazing thing.
Listen, I know he's gonna just burn a resistance, but once we get through those, maybe Albus can do some work.
Yeah, he will.
Exactly.
So he will burn his second legendary resistance.
All right, he still takes half the damage, which
Hex.
is he takes 6 damage from the psychic damage from Tasha's. Or does he take any damage if he's resisting?
No.
Okay, then he takes none of that, but he gets my double hex, which is still 2d6, so that's 2 and 5.
Okay.
And that's not a bonus action.
Yeah, correct.
It's just
yeah.
it's active. Okay. I'm gonna quicken spell Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Which is a. Well, hang on. I haven't done anything that's crazy.
Yeah, this is where we do the crazy stuff.
Oh, in a moment. I'm so sorry.
It's not a problem, Muriel. We just have a red dragon hanging over our heads.
Well, listen. You guys just. No offense, but
Messing with
you guys swing and have fun swinging, but like my stuff, I have to think through a little more. Would you
Muriel,
consider?
Don't count on me.
Don't count on you. Don't count on me.
I
you-
don't have anything for a red dragon.
Yeah. Well.
I'm out.
All right.
Out, but as in like I have nothing effective.
But we have an Erlin and an Omeris that might be able to help.
I mean, for God's
Sure.
sake, we got 2 druids in the party. Surely.
Somebody can do something.
We're not
I'm gonna-
outside.
That completely depends on certain things, which I'm trying to figure out.
Same.
Well, if I could roll something above 3, I'd be all right.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best to try to like balance. I'm gonna. I'm gonna save that. I'm just gonna let that ride. That's for now. That's what I'm gonna do. Unless I have a buff I can give to Terrence somehow. DM, would you let me cast darkness on that dragon's head?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I could burn through stuff at a blinding pace. Y'all have seen me do this, but this is a war of attrition, and I have got to conserve something. So I'm just gonna let it ride. That's my turn.
Okay. So, as a non-pigeon, I would tell you don't waste the slot with darkness.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yep. All right. So,
Gonna
I think we're back up to the top of the order.
Yep.
All right. So, dragon, now extremely mad because he has a dragon on top of him, begins to just beat his wings, and you watch as he begins to lift himself off the ground. So as he does, Terrence, feel free to make a reaction attack of opportunity. So just roll a d20 and see if you hit him, or actually roll your sword, whatever you're hitting him with.
Okay,
I'm assuming your sword.
22.
You do hit him. So go ahead and roll.
So I'm also going to add Divine Smite.
Okay.
You can do that for
So
reactions.
that would be
I
10.
think so.
Oh,
Well, it says anytime I hit. I mean,
Yeah.
Where'd it go? I know it's here. I'm sorry. I always get messed up. Okay. And I'm gonna do it for Alright, I'm gonna do it for a 3rd level spell, which is at that point that is going to be, why is it so hard to find this thing? That's gonna be a 3d8. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll. For another 13, so 23 points of damage.
Okay. All
by
right.
the way, how high is he flying up?
At this point, you are. So by the time Terrence takes his slice, kind of in between, I'll call it between the webbing of his toes. So just kind of slices in there. He gets up. At this point, you're probably a good
I'll just remind
30,
that
40 feet in the air.
Okay, so
No.
Before
Last-
you do that, I just read something. I should have done 4d8, not 3d8.
Okay.
Two,
Just add one
yeah,
more in
sorry
there.
about that. I didn't see it. And that's 7 more points.
Okay.
and last time I attacked him with Booming Blade. If a target willingly moves 5 feet or more before the start of my next turn, they get an extra 2d8 worth of lightning damage.
Okay. So hit him with some lightning damage.
That'll be for 13
Okay.
points of lightning damage.
All right. So let's see from where he goes up. I'm gonna have.
That's just great. How tall is this area? This temple?
It's pretty tall.
It's pretty tall. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. So I'm gonna really
Just
only
Don't lose your grip now.
three.
Do not lose your grip.
Right. So
Not-
Terrence, Devlin,
Ooh.
Muriel, make
Oh.
a dexterity save.
Okay, Muriel, you can't. You're not near it, so sorry.
Okay. I'll survive. I won't survive.
A 21 plus 2 is a 23.
I
Okay.
am going to burn another luck because that was a nat 1.
Ooh.
There is going to be a 25.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. Okay. So, Devlin, Terrence, you guys take 30 points of fire damage.
That's the half?
Yes.
I get it halved anyway because I'm fire resistant.
Yeah. So, Muriel, you take the 30 as well because of your resistance. If not, you would have taken 60.
Even around this pillar?
Yeah.
All right.
Because at this point, he is up in the air.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
So it's
I
kind of
forgot he had
a...
taken off.
And now let's see here. Right, so he's gonna go fire breath. If he gets a recharge, he does.
You hear that?
Oh yeah, that was the dog running up the stairs.
No, I meant love to hear the recharge happens.
Oh right. I was like, man, I knew the dog was loud, but that's loud. Alright, so...
I just thought it was part of the ambiance.
Alright, so he is going to... So he is going to try to, like, swirl and whirl and move around and get you off of him, Raja. So at this point, since he's in the air, he's got...
Oh god, that's what Better Duck did too.
He's got you a little... He's got you a little bit more, I guess, not really at a disadvantage in saying I'm going to make you roll a disadvantage. Make a... I don't know what this would be.
Strength saving throw?
No, because it's going to be... You're moving around a lot at this point. Make
Wouldn't that be
Make an athletics.
You have
Okay with this.
inspiration too.
Yeah, if I fail, I plan. If I'm gonna fail, I'm probably gonna use it. How does a dirty 20 do?
It doesn't work.
Oh, would it? Is it worth me using my inspiration?
What's the
Yes.
What's the inspiration?
A D6.
No.
Okay, so he tosses me off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast Featherfall as a reaction. So I take no damage.
Thank God.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't know
I
you
believe-
had that. I'm glad you had that.
A falling creature rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. Creature lands before the spell ends. Takes no falling damage, can land on feet. And the spell ends.
Yep. All right. So I'll move you. I'll just pop you down here. Yeah. So that is the dragon's turn. Just
Whose idea was it to attack a dragon?
yeah, right. Just keep in mind that he is on up in the air. So, all right. Shoot, Erlen, you're up. Followed by Omeris and then Raja.
Okay, so a couple questions. How far up in the air is he?
He would be at this point. He's probably hovering somewhere in between 20, 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
His feet are probably at 20. His head probably about 40. He's kind of a tall boy.
Okay, and then does he still have disadvantage on con and dex?
I don't think so. By this
No.
point, I would imagine it would wear off, would it not?
Yeah, because even my spirit shroud wore off by now.
Because that's the hex,
heck?
right?
X lasts, let me think. Good question. An hour.
Oh, he
Oh,
would
so
still
we got
be.
plenty of time.
He would, yeah,
Yeah.
he would still be at disadvantage.
Okay.
We can take our time to do this now.
Well,
Through you,
then
dragon.
I want to. I think I'm going to cast Moonbeam at 5th level. Make a con save, please.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
Please hit.
Love those moonbeams.
Spencer's
Roger, I
killing
think it's
me.
a good thing you're off him now because
Yes,
I'm
yes,
pretty
it
sure
is.
if you were on the moon. You were on him. You'd be taking the moonbeam damage.
Right.
No, I was
Yeah.
trying to. I was in my mind. I was just like, okay, how am I going to do this without
So
killing Raja?
at disadvantage, he is at a 15.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
I like hearing that.
So he gets. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, 16
No,
points
it's
of damage. That wasn't as good as my other rolls. Let me
It's
just put it that
okay.
way.
Look,
Hey, we are
Yeah,
consistently
Alright, so-
dwindling him
Okay,
down.
Yeah,
and then I want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Want a bonus action. That's the healing word one, right?
Yeah, healing word is a bonus action. It's
Okay.
weaker because it is so, but it's still worth doing.
Okay. And Terrence took damage, a lot of damage, right?
oh,
Or
yeah.
who all took a lot of damage? Terrence is up front, so I'm going
Pretty
to.
much Terrence.
So are
Okay,
you?
yeah,
so are you
I'm going-
moving? Are you moving up the stairs to this point to be in line of sight of Terrence?
Oh. Hold on. Oh, I can't do that,
Right.
can I? Okay. Okay. Well then.
You're tall. You're not that tall.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Yes. Okay. Even wait, it's healing word. Like, would I really need to see him?
Yeah.
Read the spell. Does it indicate you need eyesight?
You get 8 points healing there, Terrence. That I can see within range. Yeah. Okay.
That helps.
Right. So I believe Omaris is up. Let's see here. So he is gonna. Yeah, he's gonna. The dragon is going to burn his final legendary resistance, and Raja's up. I tried to hit him with an insect swarm.
Okay.
Omaris, perhaps, if it gets really hairy, you can find a wall of this temple and start using Move Earth to excavate us a, escape.
Oh, right. Yes.
Attaboy.
How tall are these statues?
From
If he's 30 feet up in the air.
From the floor to the ceiling, 20-ish feet tall. Probably 10 to the base and then 10 to the top.
So if one were to climb to the top of one of these statues, it'd still be about 10 feet away from the dragon.
If you were to climb to the top of like where the head is, you would be
Yeah.
about 30 feet away from the dragon.
30 feet. How far away is the closest wall?
Over here. Like, wall that goes all the way to the ceiling wall?
Yeah.
Like, way over here on the side.
Can you ping that again? Left or right?
Like, really far to the right, really far to the left.
Oh.
You're pretty well in the center.
Not in a good spot. Well, I guess for the time, I'm just going to try to Actually, I'm going to drop my sword momentarily and grab my javelin. Count that as one action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as a secondary, my second action, I will just go ahead and throw that javelin. So,
Okay.
So that's going to be 17.
Does not hit.
Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of move over 30 feet nearby the base of this statue here, trying to take partial cover if I can. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Probably not going to do you much good partial cover wise from there. Just because basically you're still on the same side as what he is. You'd basically have to be like over here or back here. Cover.
Well, I can only move 30 feet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I gotcha. Just getting kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. Albus, Terrence, Devlin, and Muriel.
I think I moved 30 feet. Close enough.
And Devlin still looks hurt. I mean, not Devlin. Terrence still looks hurt.
I think he's gotten some more Doritos.
How many Doritos?
Terrence is looking okay.
I don't know. I think Terrence
Can you
is
hear me?
frozen.
Oh.
He's not moving for me, which is actually really funny looking now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Someone message him, refresh your screen.
I want to make sure.
I don't know if I can
I don't want to lose anybody else. So
I don't think I can force like a Yeah, I can try to move him.
Oh.
Terrence, can you hear us?
Did we lose our paladin?
Maybe.
oh.
Okay, so
Can you tell me if he
health-wise
can you tell me if he's-
health-wise he looks beefy. Like he seems like
Okay.
he's pretty okay.
All right.
About 45 Doritos worth.
All right. Oh, well, he just said he could use healing. So, I'm going to, having just watched, did he say yes to?
I can't tell if he
either
said
way.
yes to you or Joffrey.
Okay, well then.
Well, he keeps
I guess-
trying to connect and it's not getting in.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I am just going to step out enough so that I'm not directly under the statue, so I can look up at the dragon, whatever that is, like there. I'll look up, and I'm going to pull out my diamond and send another chromatic orb bolt of lightning at him.
Okay, go for it.
That is a 18.
Does not hit. He's just able to quickly kind of snake his way around the orb coming at him.
Let's see, what should I feel like this is not the time to hold anything back, so I'm going to still do that bonus healing. I'm going to cast, having watched Lynn spend it, I'm going just do it, remembering that what I was just able to do with healing. try and copy her, and instead of the healing word that Erlen used, use a gnomish word and say "ne," which means "be well" in gnomish. It's kind of hesitant. It's kind of slow because I'm copying off of what I just saw, but I am able to cast a first level healing wound at Terrence, giving him 4 points of healing.
Okay.
Which is, considering it's the first time we're done this, surprising.
Yeah, it's
And
not too
he's
bad.
going to duck back under so that he is completely under the buttocks of that statue and hiding from dragon.
Got it. Alrighty. So Terrence is actually up. So we're just waiting on.
His system crashed, so he's restarting.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So he did like a big boy drop.
I think it blue screened would probably be what happened.
Oh,
man.
no.
There we go.
Oh,
Hey.
hey,
Oh,
yeah.
great timing.
we can hear you.
Yeah, and you're up.
I'm trying to get everything up. So give me a second to get D&D Beyond back up.
You should be good now.
Almost there. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
I don't
you're
know what
fine.
happened.
Y'all are doing
Oh.
great, by the way.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So
Mikey.
let's see.
My heart is pounding. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah. Okay. What's going on now? I am so sorry.
So
You're up.
you're up.
Just gave you 4 points of healing.
Yeah, you got 4
Okay.
points of healing, and no one is dead.
Okay. Well, that's a big plus. All right. And he's still in the air?
He is still in the air.
All right. So I am going to sheath my sword and pull out my crossbow.
Okay.
That's one action,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Okay. Now, oops. Put that back. All right. So actions it should do. Okay. And I am going to shoot him with the crossbow.
Okay.
It's got 80. So, ooh, a 1925.
25 does hit.
Okay, and now, oh, there we go. For 5, and now, does this still allow me to do Divine Smite?
That does not trigger Divine Smite.
Okay. Then, and so that is, do I have a bonus action I can do? I cannot do that again. Okay. Yep, that's it.
All right.
That's all I got.
What was the damage on that? I'm sorry. Oh, 5. Got it.
Yeah. Wasn't a lot, but it was, better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Devlin, Muriel, then we're back up to the top.
All right, so Devlin coughs up a bit of blood. One hit!
I must have missed something good.
And he is going to take his 30 feet of movement and he's going to run over behind the gazebo in the middle and kind of diving under. And he's going to do another twin eldritch blasts as he's diving into cover.
All right.
Miss. And miss. And he's going to attempt to stealth for his bonus action. He's not doing well. Another one of those and 28.
Hey, you got him. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Not too much more than that. Can't take another hit like that. And it's Devlin's turn.
All right.
He went from a
You
full
right here?
burritos
You're
to
in the
about half.
Right here?
What's up?
Where's Devlin? I can't
He is
Behind the gazebo.
behind
hiding.
the central shrine.
Alright, it's my turn. So, I guess Muriel, let's see you now.
All right. One moment. I working on it. Okay. How long does that stay up? It's concentration. I can't do it anyway. God, my nose is twitching. I'm so stressed. Like, there's like a muscle in my face twitching. I'm going to dissonant whispers him. No. He used his last resistance. I'm going to toll the dead him.
Okay.
Make a whiz save. With disadvantage.
He fails.
Okay. He takes 12 points of necrotic damage. And he takes 6 and 2, 8 total, 20 total with everything, points of damage. And I still have a bonus action. I don't have a whole lot I can do damage-wise with the bonus action. Yeah?
Do you want to figure out what you're going to do as your bonus action, or would you like to tell us how you want to do this?
Are you serious? What?
Oh my word.
I get to finish a dragon?
Go Muriel.
Yes, Muriel.
Okay.
Don't cry.
I'm fine. I'm okay. I have to step around the edge of the statue to cast, even if I don't stay there. And, as I do hit him with the dolorous bells, I can see his clock kind of get rung. And when I see him do this number, I know it's time. And I have a hand on each bolt of hex that's leading to this dragon, and I whip him like reins, and it just fires up into his brain, and he falls.
Love it. Yeah, so you just watch as the dragon comes kind of at a spiraling tumble down out of the sky, kind of laying now lifeless on
We did it,
the ground.
and nobody died.
Wow.
We got lucky with about 90 points worth of damage.
Out of curiosity, did Terrence get crushed?
No, Terrence
By
would
the
have
falling
been.
dragon.
Terrence would have been far forward. That's no. Luckily, yeah, he might have like a tail that might have like come down and maybe popped him a little bit, but yeah, yeah.
Are you trying to get me killed there, Roger?
Right?
I know.
Oh my goodness. So that will end our combat. That is where we will end tonight. So let me get flip back over here. So we definitely got. I know that we've got some folks watching. So
11 inspiration.
thanks so much for joining and watching. It's been an amazing night. Sorry we ran late, man. I know we're pushing 11. That's my bad. Sorry for being late. Glad everyone's here. Let's kind of talk about next steps and what's going on for the folks that are watching. So, you're the first to know. Tonight was the last episode of the Holy Rollers for this year. Next week we will not be streaming. Fairly positive we're not even recording. We can if you want. But maybe, I don't know. We'll figure that out in the meantime. We are going to be taking the month of January off from this story. We will be having a new DM host us, which will be Mr. Joffrey. He's going to put together a 4-part one-shot. Make that make sense in your brain, because it hurts mine every time I say it.
I'd call it a short shot.
Yeah, short shot. There you go. I like that. So for the four streaming Thursdays in January, we are going to be putting together another small little campaign, which means yours truly will actually get to play a character. I am so excited. I've got, I think, 8 characters built right now. That I'm like, all right, let me try to figure out what everyone else is doing, and I'll just kind of fill in where I'm needed. But I'm very excited about that. Thank you for watching. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys kind of finish this out before I kill the stream. So if anyone would like to part with any words, go for it.
Hope you all found that just as intense as we did.
Yeah, because that was intense.
My heart was pounding.
And all that after parents said, "Hey, let's all work together."
Right?
Oh, gosh.
We did fantastic.
We
did
that was
great.
teamwork making the dream work,
It was.
baby.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
I'm not gonna
We
lie.
made the dream work.
Right out of the gate, when Raja dropped to, I think I looked over at one point, Raja, I think you were down to like 14 to 16 hit points.
16.
Yeah.
Immediately after the first, and I was like, oh boy, like, what have I done?
Well,
That's exactly what I thought, because I was just like, what?
I will say, though, and usually I wait until we're off of stream and not recording to say kind of these things to you guys, but it was a very interesting dynamic to see kind of the Raja character, who has been kind of this stalwart defender of the group, really not taking a lot of damage the entire time. It was interesting to watch you reacting to that fact, that kind of this, oh boy, Raja's not as impervious as I thought he was. So that was very interesting. With that, we'll kill it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much. Love you all from the bottom of my heart. Have a great Christmas. We will see you very, very, very soon. Hopefully Jesse is running out of the McDonald's right now.
We will see you in January for the Holy Rollers Adventure to Last.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Merry Christmas.